Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to welcome you to the afternoon conference. We have organized to celebrate the official opening of not only professional, but as also human, excuse me, it's not a human outside, relations between our law firm in partnership with Mr. Herings and the Chinese market. Today, Europe and China are not only two great cultural spaces, knowing each other for centuries and working together for years in a context that has nowadays become global, but above all, representing the history of two great civilizations with their traditions, their habits, and their laws that meet each other. When taking part to a conference organized by a law firm like us, it could be expected that the presentations and debates will primarily deal with laws. But our approach is different, because for us, law are first of all the mirror of the traditions and the cultures of people and the nations. It is in this spirit that we have invited the speakers, as you know, that are lawyers, like Mr. Wasserman, specialist in tax law, Mrs. Van Wouwe, intellectual property expert at the Belgian Ministry of Economy, Mr. Maizano and Mrs. Zhao, my assistant, lawyers, practicing in the civil and commercial law. But we have invited also speakers that are experienced managers, like Mr. Luccioli, director of the bank Monte dei Paschi di Siena in Shanghai, and Mr. Calamassi, former Alfa Romeo manager in China. Thanks to these speakers, with their various backgrounds, we wish to deliver and transmit a clear and straightforward message. We believe it to be an important philosophy. Working together essentially requires to know each other and to respect each other's culture, tradition, and history. What is law? For us, for our law firm, law is essentially a tool, a system of rules that aims to regulate and facilitate the life of people, thus the life of us all. I found somewhere this definition. Law is said to represent the primary social tool to organize relations among people. A legal system may be described as the specific system that a country is ruled by, often determined by its history, connections with other countries, or its adherence to intellectual standards. This is our question. How can we imagine and pretend to apply laws without knowing, first of all, the traditions, the culture, and the way of thinking of our interlocutors? Even if a market have been globalizing over a few decades, we certainly cannot believe that it will be possible to globalize laws at a comparable pace. That would be contrary It's not just a question to have the possibility or not. For us, it would be contrary to the respect that is due to the culture and the history of each people. Then, in order to be able to work smoothly and peacefully together within some appropriate forms of legal system, it is essential to understand respective laws and once again, cultures which are at the origin of these laws. The process of understanding and of bringing closer the Chinese and European legal systems must necessarily go through understanding and a bringing closer of our way of thinking, and even before, a knowledge of the working habits of our partners. To achieve this, for us, it is essential that our respective culture do talk to each other, our dialogue. It is only through such a dialogue and clear process that one will be able to prevent conflict that often find their origin in the ignorance. Not only, it's not just a question of ignorance of a law, but above all, ignorance about the culture and tradition of the other one. I found somewhere that in France, an ordinary contract is said to take form simply on the basis of a meeting of the minds or a concurrence of the will. It is on the basis of this very important principle that the dialogue between minds imposes itself. I sincerely hope that this conference will give you a good overview on the legal practice that we want to make ours, to apply laws that is not only technical, but above all, with an eye on humanism, by putting people at the center of the legal practice and the application of the laws. I give the floor to my assistant, Mr. Maisano.